Hi, let us understand how to do the installation of Istio. Already within my system, I have Minikube up and running. I'm going to use the same system to do the installation of Istio. And the installation of Istio in our entire production grade cluster, we will be seeing it later point of time. Now I'm going to use this specific system and do the installation of Istio. Before doing the installation, make sure you have enough resources like minimum 4 GB of RAM and 20 GB of hard disk. As a part of this particular system, while starting, I had 8 GB of RAM. The reason because I started an instance of type M5 AD.large, which will be having 8 GB of RAM and 2 core processors. In case if you are doing the installation within a Windows operating system, make sure you are starting the Minikube with enough RAM capacity. Now let me go ahead and do the installation. As a part of the Istio documentation, we do have the command on how to start with the installation. This particular script automatically it's going to pick the required downloadable from the download page, or in case if I wanted any specific release, I can use the release that I wanted. At the time of recording, the latest release is 1.6.5, so I will be providing that specific release. In case if it doesn't provide this, automatically it's going to pick the latest one and do the installation. So this is going to pick the right architecture and download, and Istio is available as a part of this specific folder, Istio 1.6.5. Now I need to add the directory istio-1.6.5/bin as a part of the environmental variable. So I will be adding that as a part of the path. Let me copy this specific command and add it as a part of the profile file. After that, I will be doing the verification of Istio whether the installation went through fine or not using this specific command istioctl verify-install. Now let me go ahead and add the path as a part of the profile file. After making the change, let me go ahead and source this particular file so that the latest changes would get reflected. Source and then the profile file. Now let me go ahead and do the installation using the demo profile so that all the features will be available. As a part of the documentation, I do have the instructions on what are all the different type of profiles available here: default, demo, minimal, remote. And if I go for the demo, I will be having all the core components as well as the add-ons like Grafana, Istio Tracing, Kiali and Prometheus. So I'm going to do the installation using the profile as demo. Let me go ahead and do the installation. I'll use the command istioctl install -- set profile equal to demo. So it will do the installation of all the core components and the add-ons. The Istio installation is good. Now for the Istio to work, I need to enable the Istio injection for the namespace default. So I'll use the command kubectl label namespace default and Istio injection equal to enabled. It's going to add this specific label, that is istio-injection equal to enabled as a part of the namespace default. This is very crucial step, and please do make sure this particular label does exist in the namespace where you are going to try out the Istio. And as a part of the Istio downloadable, I do have a folder called samples where I do have all the sample YAML file. Here I'm going to use this specific sample YAML file to try out various features available as a part of Istio. Let me go ahead and do the installation of the book info sample. Let me get into the samples. Here I do have lots of demo. Almost for all the features I do have the demo. Within this, I do have a folder called a book info, which is going to have a small application. Let me go ahead and do the installation. Don't worry about the functionality of this specific application. We will have a quick overview in the next lecture before getting into the demo. This is just a quick test on whether the application is working fine after doing the installation. So I'm going to use the command kubectl apply -f and then within samples book info platform kube bookinfo.yaml. So it's going to create all the services, deployment, and all the resources required for this particular application to work. I can get what are all the resources running as a part of this specific system using the command kubectl get all namespaces. Here this is the application that we installed just now. It's going to have 3 pods for reviews, 1 pod for rating, 1 pod for product page, and 1 pod for detail. And as a part of Istio system, it installed the pods for Grafana, Egress, Ingress, Gateway, Tracing, Kiali, Prometheus, CoreDNS for Kube system, etcd, API server, controller, proxy, scheduler, all the pods for the Kube system is installed and it is up and running. The same way, here I do have the details on the deployments, replica sets. So all the pods and deployments are up and running. The application that we just installed, it is in the initializing state. I can go ahead and refresh the command. Now all the pods are in the running state. And we can use another command called Istio analyze to make sure there are no validation errors as a part of the installation. This is a quick test on how to do the installation of Istio and enable istioctl command by adding it as a part of the path. Also, we went ahead and did the installation of the book info sample application and verified the paths whether it's able to execute. Very important command as a part of enabling Istio is adding istio-injection equal to enabled label as a part of the namespace that we are going to use. In our case, we are going to use the default namespace. So we went ahead and added as a part of the default namespace. We will be discussing in detail why this particular label needs to get added and why it is crucial and important for Istio to work in the later lecture. Now we do have the Minikube and Istio installed. We can go ahead and discuss various features available and start using Istio.